And we are live. What's up, beasties? It's me, it's Triple B, your friendly neighborhood bearded book beast. Welcome back to another episode of Beast Friends Forever. Woo! I'm excited as always, but especially for this one. My guest tonight, you all know and love, as do I. They are just a shining light on booktube. They are the definition of cozy, the coziest booktuber you'll find. They're just supportive of everybody. I've gotten to know them through being in the Keymark Discord with them, and I think they're awesome. But I've always loved their channel, so this is a great pleasure for me to be able to sit down and chat with them. Oh, Andrew. We'll shout out some people in a minute. But anyways, my guest is the lovely, wonderful Kay from Kay's Hidden Shelf. How are you doing, Kay?
I'm wondering. You got me choking up in the backstage there, guys. Thank you so much.
I know. They're so sweet. Andrew says you're his friend only. He doesn't share.
Yeah,
so
Andrew doesn't share.
I can't. You have good friends, man. I can't help it. I don't know what to tell you. Thanks for being here, Andrew. I might as well shout out the other peeps in here real quick.
Yeah.
Mark from the Book Lounge is here. What's
Hey,
up, Mark?
good to see you.
Tim McKay, an awesome indie author and booktuber now with his awesome podcast. Check it out if you have not yet. Let's see who else was in here. Trinity Cunningham, an awesome indie author, is also here.
Nice
thanks
to
for
meet
popping
ya.
in to say hi. Yeah. Let's see. You ever do that where you are clicking on comments and you forget to click off one and you scroll way down and then you're like, oh shoot, now I gotta go way back up.
Yeah, or it like auto scrolls to catch you up,
Yes,
and
yes.
you click on the wrong one.
Oh, I know. I've done that too. And Chris is here. What's up, man?
Hey,
Another awesome author, Chris Ritchie. I don't know how to knit, but Kay,
that's it. Crash course.
Yeah. Oh man, I do have questions about that because I do have some questions about crocheting and knitting and all the things. So we'll get there. We'll get there, Chris. Don't you worry. If you have your needles and you are ready, don't you worry. You go ahead and knit, man. Do it. All right, we got more people rolling in. We'll shout you out as you come. But Kay, thanks for being here. I really appreciate it.
No, man, thank you for having me. I'm thrilled. It's always a pleasure to chat and I mean, go down the rabbit hole of reading and just fun chats, right?
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. So I have always loved your channel. Yours was one of the ones when I first started BookTube that I found pretty early on.
Wow.
Andrew says it's almost your bedtime.
He's not wrong. I have grandma bedtimes.
Oh man, that's my wife is the same way. I'm like a night owl. Like me and my son, we'll stay up till like 2, 3 in the morning, especially in the summer because I'm a teacher, so I don't have I don't have like to be somewhere in the morning. I still do stuff all summer, but my wife will go to bed at like 8 or 9. Like,
yeah,
she's out.
I get it. You're up early with the kids. You run around with them all day. You try and do all the chores in between. Even if you're doing that, you're just 8 o'clock hits, and all of a sudden the internal clock goes, it is grandma mode. We need to rest now.
Yep. So what time do you get up in the morning? Like, what's your usual rise time?
My child is my alarm clock. So when he rises, I rise. It can be anywhere from 5 a.m. To the latest is like 6:30.
Okay, the latest. Oh, that's sleeping in. I do not.
Yeah, that's it.
Don't miss those days.
Yeah, and then the days where they like go off to grandma and grandpa's house and you think you can sleep in, no, your clock is set for 6:30 at the latest.
You're gonna wake up no matter what.
Yeah.
How old is your kiddo?
He is 4.5. So he's like right at the point of developing full consciousness. Where they start to understand things a little bit more. But he's an energy bug. He's wired.
Oh man. We got some other awesome people popping in. Sarah Beth is here, Reader in the Desert. What's up? Hope you're doing well. Jose is here, an awesome indie author. What's up, man? Thanks for being here. Adam Bassett is here. What's up, Adam? Thanks for being here. Another awesome author.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that is pretty early. I remember those days. And now my youngest is, because I have a 19, 15, 11, and now 8. She just turned 8 this week.
Oh.
And she was like that when she was 4, but there's hope because she sleeps in later than I do. So I just kind of wake up and get out of bed when I feel like it, and it's pretty lovely.
I feel like that is the entire experience of parenthood is from the moment they are born and you start going through the sleep deprivation, right? And all the stages. Every time you talk to a parent with older kids, they're like, "Oh, don't worry, they'll grow out of it." And it constantly continues until they're eventually moved out of the house.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
It's like dangling that light at the end of the tunnel forever.
There's always something. But then when you get to that point, they're going to say, you're really going to miss this. You're going to miss when they're that age. And it is true. Like, there are times when when they were all young, I would think, gosh, they all need something. I got all these things I want to do or have to do. Like, I wish they were more self-sufficient. And now that they are kind of doing their own thing, sometimes I'll be sitting, reading or watching a show or something. And I'm like, I kind of miss hanging out with my kids. So then I go and bug them, So it is funny. I'm not all the time. There are times where I'm like, yes, this is great. But
that is a badge of honor, though, as a parent.
It's true. But yeah, it's all good. It's all good things.
Absolutely.
Now is that your only kiddo?
One and done, unless the beings beyond have other plans. But
oh no, we heard it here first. Kay just jinxed it right here.
Right
now.
People have been telling me that for 4 years, so we'll see.
You're safe. Yeah. Well, I was 4 and done, so yeah, I think that's behind me too. I get it.
That is a special kind of chaos. I know parents with 4 kids, and it is a special kind of chaos. So good on you, because I would go insane.
I feel like, and Andrew, I feel you there. I haven't played video games in forever. Just wait till your kids get old to play video games. Then even when you have time, you go to do it, and they're always on it. That's what happened to me.
Yeah.
What was I? I just thought of something I was gonna tell you. What were we talking about?
Parenting and video games.
It was the video game thing was what got me off track in my mind. Thanks a lot, Andrew. Jeez. But anyway, let me shout out another author here. SR Arkaway's here. Thanks for being here. But even though I don't have to get up with my kids anymore, which is nice, I still do wake up. Like you said, I still wake up with that internal alarm clock, but I've never had a problem falling back asleep. So I wake up at like 6:37 and I'm like, oh, it's summer. I don't have to go to work like yet. And I just go back to sleep.
You're lucky. Lovely. Once my eyes open, I'm out. And I'm not a napper. So really? All the people who were like, oh, nap when the baby naps. It doesn't work, Sharon. It does not work.
That dang Sharon.
It just once my eyes are open, I'm awake until grandma hour hits.
Oh yeah, I get that. That's See, my wife goes to bed early, like I said, but she is also a napper, so she pretty much sleeps all the time.
Okay, well, she's getting her hours in.
Yeah. So she's good. Yeah. And then I'm like, she gets mad because I like sleep like 5 hours, and I'm like, good to go. And she's like, sleeps like 16 hours a day.
Yeah.
But what do you do? All right. Well, so like I was saying, I always loved your channel. I love your vibe. It's just so cozy and calm. So before we dive into your journey a little bit, I am curious, like, was that your idea from the start, or is that just naturally you had like that cozy vibe ambience, or were you trying to give that off, or it's just who you are?
It's just who I am. Because I started the channel, and keep in mind, I have a very techie husband, very modern.
Oh
Like
yeah.
if it were up to him, it would be minimalist house with, the sleek colors, sleek edging and furniture and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I've always loved just being cozy and comfortable.
Mhm.
And, my side hobbies are knitting, crocheting, and all the grandma hobbies. So yeah, I think it just came across naturally. And in general, I'm pretty soft spoken.
Mhm.
So I think that lends to it as well. When I started the channel, I think the most common comment I got was about my voice, and I hate my voice. So,
Oh man, you have the
see,
best voice on BookTube.
thank you, but, we all hate our voice,
Oh yeah.
right?
Oh
So,
yeah. Mhm.
it was just that I was not expecting it. So I think it just ended up turning into that just
Oh
from
yeah.
the way I was and
Right.
am.
Yeah, yeah. That's good. It's a good way to
Yeah.
be, especially
Yeah.
in this sphere. I think it fits so well. Like it's just
Yeah.
I just love to watch your stuff and just sit
Thank
back and
you.
relax. I love it. Um,
I appreciate it. Thank
yeah,
you.
and you have done some really funny things at times too. One of my favorite shorts I ever saw you do was the one where it talked about life keeping you from reading and you keep getting dragged out of your reading room.
Yes.
I'm like, that's awesome.
Yeah, my husband helped me with that one.
Yeah, that one was very well done. That was very well done.
Yeah, yeah, it was very, accurate at the time, for sure, with
Oh yeah.
parenting and all the
Oh yeah.
responsibilities that came with it, right? So,
Yeah. Oh yeah, for
yeah.
sure. So with such a young one,
Mm.
how do you do most of your reading? Are you audiobooker, ebooker, physical reader? Do you do all of them just whenever you can to get the reading in?
Basically, yeah, though I do, ebook, I'll do physical, I'll do audiobook, I'll do immersion reading,
Oh yeah.
which is my preferred method, so either ebook and physical or physical with the audiobook.
Mhm.
But I'm not the type of reader where I can read a page and just go do
Oh
something
yeah.
else. I will retain nothing. So,
Yeah.
I've learned to just reserve my reading time to the evenings when my little one is sleeping. That just ended up being my rule, read when the little one is sleeping. And, primarily it ended up being evenings because I did try at one point to wake up at like 4 AM, super productive mom,
Oh
read
god.
before the kid wakes up.
Yeah.
And he's just the kid where pin drops and he's awake.
Oh yeah.
So it didn't work. So
Did you,
evenings
did you
usually.
even get to start reading, or the second you
No.
made a noise, your foot hit the ground and you woke up?
Walk down the hallway and he's like, "Mom?" Yeah, no.
No, not me.
So, no. So, yeah, it didn't work too well, so I try and keep to evenings when he's been tuckered out
Oh
and,
yeah.
he's down for
That's
the
good.
night. Doesn't
Yeah.
always work, so,
Oh yeah.
you read when you can, but
Yeah.
yeah. And audiobooks when doing chores, huge.
Oh yeah. Oh heck yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. Yep.
yeah.
Do you feel like you retain audiobook stuff good when you're doing chores? Sometimes I feel like I don't. Depends on the book,
Mm.
probably, but sometimes I feel like I did, but then later, like I'll talk to someone about a book and I'll be like, "Ugh, I don't remember any of that."
It depends on the task I'm
That
doing.
is true. Yeah.
So if it's just vacuuming or laundry, like the most monotonous things you don't need to pay attention to, it's just
Oh yeah.
autopilot at that point. I can retain the audiobook fine, but if I'm doing a task like I just painted a wall in the house, right?
Mhm.
Could not listen to the audiobook because I wouldn't have retained
Oh yeah.
anything,
Yeah.
right? I was
Yeah.
being so careful about not
Oh
making a
yeah.
mistake
Yes.
that
Focus. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep. That's true.
Yeah, so
That's
if
a
it's
good
like
point.
doing dishes or something, you slow down at certain points, you're washing a
Yeah.
plate or whatever, and all of a sudden you're just like, "Oh," and you get fully engrossed in the audiobook, dishes stop for 5 minutes.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's true. I never thought of that. It does depend on what you're doing. That is very
Mm,
true. Um,
yeah.
I better point out all the things Andrew's saying here.
Poor
He's got
Andrew.
this he's got this conspiracy going about you that you're actually a chaos gremlin. Um,
Oh, interesting.
and they're talking about how you're super calm and stuff, but then you listen to death metal and you're just
I
headbanging all
mean,
day.
I'll listen if the music's good, I'll listen.
That's true. That's true.
Right?
Um,
There's those, I can't remember their names, but there's death metal covers on YouTube that you can see, like, you can
oh
find
yeah.
The Witcher, toss a coin. right?
Mhm.
The death
Yes,
metal
yes.
covers of those, right? Those are
Those
awesome.
are actually really
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. What is the name?
Yeah.
Yeah, those
It
are
starts
cool.
with a V or
Mhm.
Devas, something like that.
Yeah,
Anyway,
there's a couple of them. Yeah. Yeah, those are actually
yeah,
really cool.
yeah.
Um,
Conspiracy proved, Andrew.
yep, it's true. It's out there now. Oh man. Don is here. What's up, Don? Thanks for being here.
Hey,
Um,
Don.
that is very true. Well, and it's funny because that's what I always thought, like something deep like
Mm,
Gardens of the Moon, I would lose it. But Dungeon Crawler Carl is actually the one that I did the whole audiobook because I just love those audiobooks. And
yeah.
I was on J.R. Carroll's channel for a discussion about it, and he started asking me things, and I'm like, oh, I don't remember any of that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I thought
Oh,
I was so
no.
prepared. But it's like, I guess I just didn't retain like all the little things. And of course, this was like,
Mm,
I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks after I had listened to it. So that was probably a problem too. But
right. It wasn't in memory,
yeah, yeah.
long
I've
enough.
learned
But
I either have to take notes or I need to finish it like right before for me to
yeah,
remember everything good.
I think that's valid though, especially when it comes to, if it takes you a couple weeks to finish a book even
Mhm.
or a week or whatever, taking notes for me is huge in order to
Oh,
actually write a review because I'll have
mhm.
read, you know, I can read a book in a day and still forget what I
Yes.
wanted to say in the review.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's a valid point.
Yeah. Yeah. I know it's true. And you think you remember stuff, but then, yeah, when you go to write the review and you want to go in depth, or like I've done interviews with authors and then we dive into spoilers and I'm like, oh gosh, like what was that character's name or what
Yes.
happened? When did I'm like, gosh, I look like an idiot now. But that's how it goes, it's true.
Oh, yeah. You never remember the characters by their name. You always remember
No.
them by, like, angry one
Oh yeah.
or mouthy one or,
Oh yeah. Well, in fantasy, you never say their names out loud either. And if you
Mm.
didn't do audio, you think you know how to say their name, but then you go to say it and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's Filimvida,
Yeah,
right? That's their
is
names.
that how it's pronounced? And then the authors are like, "Yeah, sure, close enough, whatever."
Whatever, yeah.
Andrew's got a dip. Speaking of kids, he's got to take care of those kids. Thanks for coming in, man. We
See you,
appreciate you.
Andrew.
And Josh from Already Overbooked just popped in. What's up, Josh? Thanks for being here. Got a nice crew in here tonight. All right, so um, just walk me through your journey to BookTube. Take us back to when you were a young little K, and you talk about what books or movies or shows or whatever, video games, whatever got you into fantasy, the fantasy sphere.
Oh, so we're
And
going origin
oh
story
yeah,
here.
origin
Yeah,
story.
yeah.
And
All
then
right.
talk us through how you found BookTube and when you decided to turn the camera around and do your own thing.
All right, for the sake of my sanity, I might need you to remind me what point I am in the timeline, but
I will. I will. I will.
okay, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I think I was exposed pretty young because my mom loves fantasy and sci-fi. And
Mhm.
so she watched, all the shows, Stargate. She watched Angel, all of these
Oh,
sci-fi
heck
and
yeah.
fantasy shows.
That's so cool.
Um, but even as a kid, I grew up watching like my favorite TV show still to this day is Gargoyles,
I love
right?
gargoyles. Oh,
It's
it's so
so
good.
good. It's so
Yes.
good. You don't just get characters, you get these like constantly changing characters growing. They're so complex.
Did you see that they
Um,
brought, side note, did you see that
yeah.
they made uh, a new comic of gargoyles with
No.
they make the artwork look like it originally did? They did gargoyles
Oh,
and Darkwing Duck.
okay. Well, I'm gonna have to look that up now.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I
Yeah,
know,
that's
me too.
awesome.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. And then so yeah, like you get I love the in-depth storytelling. You kind of get these villains that grow and change as well. And it's not just a linear storyline.
Mhm,
But yeah, I grew up watching a lot of TV and movies, I think is what it came down to. A lot of the
mhm.
classics. And my mom tried so hard to get me to read. As a kid,
Yeah.
I had such a hard time sitting still. I
Oh, no.
remember her trying to read me Harry Potter, and
Mhm.
I would just be like the annoying kid flopping like, when is
I
it
know it's
over?"
good,
Yeah.
yeah. Yep, yep, Yep.
I love the stories and I love the movies, but I
Yeah.
struggle to sit there while someone read me the books
Yeah.
because I was little, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And eventually I got to a point where um it's kind of that weird point as a kid where you really want to be the type of person to read, but you just can't figure it out. You can't figure out how to sit down and read as much as my
Oh,
mother
yeah.
tried.
Mhm.
And so I absolutely love the idea of reading, but I sucked at it. I couldn't keep my attention span long
Oh,
enough
yeah.
to
Mhm.
sit there and read. So yeah, I gravitated towards a lot of movies, a lot of comic books, even X-Men. Loved
Yeah.
X-Men. And
Mhm.
if we're going like the 90s,
Oh.
the X-Men Evolution, even
Oh,
right,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
the all the TVs that shows
Oh,
that
they
popped
were
up in
so
that
good.
time. They
Oh,
were
that
so
time,
good.
Batman, Spider-Man, Superman, all those
Yes.
cartoons were just so good.
Yes,
Ninja
all the
Turtles.
heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I watched a lot of that stuff, 90s kid, right?
Oh, yeah.
And, eventually, when got into my teen years, that's more when I started to read, but I think the book that really made me realize, that books can give you that same feeling like gargoyles gave me, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Was The Giver, and
Oh,
reading it
okay.
as this, you're forced to read these books,
Oh,
right?
yeah, yeah, you have to read that one, yeah.
Yeah, traumatized by the hatchet forever.
I think we
But
all were.
yeah. And, The Giver was the one that made me think, "Oh, okay, this is actually interesting. I actually want to keep reading this story and find out what happens next." And, of course, book 2 wasn't out at the time. So, but basically that's and just kinda went off from there. I was a slow reader. I only read, like, a book a year,
Mhm.
but I still I had lots of reader friends.
Yeah.
We spent our, like, evenings at the bookstore just chilling,
Oh,
checking out books and
that's
trying to
awesome.
find the books we wanted to
Oh, yeah,
read.
yeah.
And, it wasn't till I'd say, like, my early 20s that I really started getting in I went from, like, 4 books a year to 25 to
Oh, wow.
52, and
Okay.
just it went
Just
crazy.
exploded.
Yeah, and I started watching BookTube as well, which obviously had an impact. You could kinda see it from the 25 to 52 in terms of years,
Yeah.
so
Oh, yeah.
yeah, so I watched a lot of BookTube, and my husband heckled me a bit. He's like, "Why don't you just do that? It's
Yeah.
so easy. Why don't just get a camera, get a mic, and just talk." And I put it off for years,
Mhm.
basically, "Oh, too tired, work too
Yeah.
much,
Oh,
so many
yeah. Yep.
obligations. How am I
Yep.
gonna I don't know how to video edit. What am I gonna
Yeah.
do?"
Yeah.
And, then we had our little one, and a year, goes by, and, my mat leave is up, and, we made the decision, I'm gonna stay home.
Mhm.
And so I resigned my position, and my husband's like, "You don't have an excuse anymore."
You're just waiting for the moment he could say
He
it.
he was waiting, and he's like, "We'll get you set up and just try it.
Mhm.
Just try it." And so here we are 3.5 years later, still going.
Still
Yeah,
going strong.
still going.
Well, and that helps that he's so techy. I'm sure he was a big help with trying
Oh,
to figure out how to set it up and lighting and sound because your lighting and sound's always been great.
thank
So
you.
that helps. Usually that's rough when you start
Oh
out. So
my
it
gosh.
helps having somebody that knows what they're doing.
Well, he's been great with, like, the camera and the
Mhm.
mic and stuff. The
Yeah.
lighting I went on deep dives to
Did you?
try and figure out lighting, and it's even like, I'm doing a refresh on this studio, right? So everything's
Yeah.
getting jumbled
It looks
around
awesome.
trying to Thank you, yeah. Ugh. But, it's a mess of cables at the moment, but
Okay.
trying to figure out the lighting in this new spot, it
Mhm.
definitely is
Oh,
different. You
yeah.
have to, play around with it a lot more, so yeah, it's and uh, the mic, oh my god, I hate
Mark
mics.
sounds like he has the same mic as you. His
Yeah.
sound he must not think sounds as good as yours.
I can send you a screenshot, Mark, there, I'll send you a screenshot of the settings on mine. But keep in mind, and this is partly why I've had trouble I say that, like, a bit annoyed, is because mics are way better at picking up male voices than
Mm,
female voices.
really?
So I
That's
I could
annoying.
It's so annoying. It's so annoying. So my husband would be sitting here testing and it
Yeah,
would be fine
and
for
it's
him,
great.
but then I would go and it wouldn't work. So we had to play
Oh,
so
wow.
much with the settings to get it to work with my voice.
That's so frustrating.
And it's a common issue apparently.
Ugh. That's so
Depending on if
weird.
you're with a dynamic or a condenser
Yeah.
mic, apparently
Huh.
condenser mics work way better for women. So, it's just one of those things,
Yeah.
right? You kind of have to
Oh,
fiddle around with,
yeah. Mhm.
but it makes it that much harder when you're like, oh, I want the camera out of shot.
Yeah.
It's never going to happen for
Right.
me.
Yeah. 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 Oh, yeah. Unless you get
Yeah.
something super expensive or something,
It's
which
super expensive. I mean,
no.
like,
Oh, it already is.
it is expensive. It's like a Shure MV7,
Oh, wow, okay. So you
right?
already got
Like,
the expensive ones, and you still have to have it right there.
yeah, and it's just because of the style of mic it is, it's designed to be that way in general.
Yeah, yeah.
But it like, my husband can be in the other room and talking, and you can hear him in the background more clearly than you can
You're
hear
like,
me
"What the
sometimes.
heck? I'm right here."
Yeah, yeah, so
Aw,
I think that was probably, like, the biggest hurdle I've had is microphones. I went through maybe 5 different brands before I
oh,
landed on this
really?
one. Yeah,
Dang. Ugh,
yeah.
well, that's determination, persistence, it paid off.
I call it stubbornness. So
Same thing, tomato, tomato, right?
yeah.
Oh, that's good though. I get that though. I'm soft spoken, so I had a hard time
Yeah,
with the mic early on too, and I have to have it like you can't see it, but it's literally right next to me.
yeah.
Um, but I don't know. You might be right about those more expensive mics because now that I'm in North Carolina, I got to hang out with John and Jacob at Talking Story, and
Nice.
we were at like a restaurant on the roof, and they were recording something for the Superman movie, and they just had this nice mic at the end of the table, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to show up on this if I'm talking from this far away, but it did. So
That's
you're probably right.
amazing.
It's probably just because I'm male voice, but normally the mics wouldn't pick me up. I'm a teacher, and when when I taught in bigger classrooms, like the last few years, I've done high school like resource, so I would only have a few kids at a time, so I didn't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
But when I've taught with like a big classroom, I had to have like this mic system so that so my voice would project
Yes.
better, so everyone could hear me.
It's a
But I mean,
struggle.
it is, it is. I would
Yeah.
just walk around all the time, so I wouldn't have to talk super loud. But it's hard. I
Yeah.
remember I coached little league, and gosh, that was the worst. I'd try to like apparently doing this I thought would make me louder, but I would try to yell to a kid. He couldn't hear anything I said, so I'd have to make my assistant
Gosh.
coach do it all the time. So I get that stuff not
Yeah.
picking up your voice a little bit, but
Yeah.
that's a bummer. So were you able to
Yeah.
return all those other mics? So you didn't have to like eat it,
I
did you? No?
No, I did through Amazon. I purchased them through Amazon for that reason.
Okay, good. Yeah,
And quite a
very
few of
easy to
them
return.
yeah, and quite a few of them were recommended to me from other booktubers.
Okay,
So it's just,
so they're good ones. Just didn't
they're
work.
good ones. And I am actually because of the new setup change that I'm doing,
Mhm.
I'm testing out a different mic. I'm testing out the Rode, Shotgun NTG, which
Okay.
is a condenser mic,
Oh.
which is actually it picks up my voice way better than this one.
Oh, that's good.
Mainly because I'm trying to get my setup to be a little bit more mobile in terms of swapping
No.
between.
Yeah. You wanna
Um,
switch it up and have different backgrounds and be in different spots.
yeah, and like this
Have
works
a mic in
for
your face, it's hard.
yeah. Well, and that's the thing is this again, it picks up my husband's voice, no problem, no like
Mhm.
room ambience, and then I use it at the same distance and it's got
Yeah.
all the room ambience.
Of course.
So it's still gonna be in the shot, but it sounds way better. It picks up my voice a lot clearer than it
Nice.
does this one. So,
That's good.
still doing all the tests and whatnot, but yeah, it's a struggle to find the right equipment that works not
Mhm.
just for your space and your budget, but also does the
Right.
job it's supposed to do.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That is the problem, that's for sure. Uh,
Yeah.
we had a couple more people pop in. Britton from some Okie Dude. What's up, Britton? Thanks
Hello.
for being here. And ADHD Reader, what's up, man? Thanks for
Hello.
being here. Um, all right, so we're gonna move into the not the technical, that's not the right word. But
Okay.
I have some booktube-ish questions for you. But before we do that, I have another question for you.
Yeah.
Um, you like terrible dad jokes?
Do I like terrible dad jokes?
Yeah.
It depends on the joke. It
All right.
really does. I'm tortured often by them, so
I
run it by
figured you
me.
probably were. All right. So I've got a couple really bad ones for you. Are you ready?
Bring her.
All right. All right. First one is pretty generic, pretty lame, but here we go. Why are frogs so happy?
Okay. Why?
They eat whatever bugs them. All right,
That
next
wouldn't have
one.
been my guess, but I like it.
All right, this one's good. All right. Um, what did one hat say to the other hat?
What?
You stay here. I'll go on ahead.
That's clever. I like that one.
That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. Oh man.
There's always like that laugh, but internal groan at the same
Yeah.
time when
Oh
you
yeah.
realize it. Yeah.
All right. All right. Moving on. So, we talked a little bit about your mic and your setup and all that already, but I think you always do such a good mix of like content where you're like recommendation stuff versus like deep stuff versus fun stuff versus more like trying to think of the right word, talking about things that make people think. I think you do a good
Mm,
mix of all of those things.
thank
So
you.
how do you what's your like process for coming up with stuff? I always am curious
Ooh.
what other booktubers do, because me, I just like it's just random. I just think of stuff and I'm like, oh, so
So
what do you do?
yeah, I feel like it's random.
Mhm.
I don't necessarily have a set schedule or a set plan. Like some weeks you might
Right.
see 3 shorts from me and then the
Hmm.
next there's none. But basically, I constantly have in the back of my head, oh, that would be funny. Oh,
Yeah.
this would be funny if I did that. Or,
Mhm.
oh, maybe I should talk about that. And I'm usually taking notes.
Mhm.
So when I do have time, I'll sit down and try and record those, but they're not necessarily in any particular order,
Yeah. Oh
right?
yeah.
Like I don't plan it out like episodes. They just
Yeah.
kind of come up
Happen. Yeah.
whenever. Um, Lately, it's been like over the last month or so, it's been more deep dive topics rather than a lot of book recommendations, for example, just because my reading is slower with the summer
Mhm.
being here
Oh yeah.
and our little ones are home, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It kind of, the content changes as my life also changes. So if
Yeah.
things are really heavy, I'll make some jokes. If things are,
Mhm.
my reading is really good and I have all the recommendations, it's all book
Yeah.
discussions, right? And then you get those lulls where, or those moments where you think, you know what, I really want to talk about this. I haven't seen anyone dive
Mhm.
into it. And it might take a couple takes,
Yeah.
depending on how the recording went the
Yeah.
first time. But yeah, I think I enjoy a little bit of humor. I grew up with, the mentality of you got to laugh, you got to
Mhm.
make jokes, you got to laugh at yourself.
Yeah.
I'm half Canadian French and half Newfoundlander or Labradorian. I have to say Labradorian, otherwise someone will yell at me. But I grew up with all these people who just crack jokes constantly. Nothing was ever serious,
Oh yeah.
and so I try and mix that humor in that where I can, like the Book Goblin one, where we went through the phases of reading in the YouTube short. Just whatever pops to mind, but I would like it to be a little bit more organized in terms of timing,
Oh
and
yeah.
maybe that will come or maybe not. But yeah, it really is just when I'm doing chores or
Yeah.
puttering around doing something, I'll get an idea, jot it down, and then I'll try and execute it. Not everything makes it online because
Right.
if I'm not happy with the quality, I will not post it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's just if you're in a mode, right? If you're in a mode of you want to have discussions, you want to have deep dives on something, do it, right? If there's a
Right.
topic you want to delve into, why not?
Yeah.
You don't have to set yourself so strictly on a routine in particular,
Mhm.
as much as I would like to sometimes. So I have
Right.
some focus
Yeah.
in this, but you don't have to. I think at that point for me, it would probably be too stressful to be
Yeah.
so strict and on a schedule rather than just going
Doing it whenever.
with what things are like at the moment,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. Yep. Yeah, that's how I do it too. And I same as you. I'm like, man, I really should be like videos every week on these days, and then try to
Yeah.
like record stuff ahead of time. So it's just
Yeah.
I'm ahead of the game. But like I don't know how you do it, but I do it a lot like you. I just come up with an idea. I do it when I have
Yeah.
time, and a lot of times it's like the night before I release it or whatever, or I plan
Yeah.
to, and I'm like, oh, that took a while to download, or oh, it's taking a while to upload. I'll do it. I'll
Yeah.
release it tomorrow. Like
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
I would love to be like have a few in the bank and be like every Monday, Wednesday, Friday I'll do a video, but I haven't got
Yeah.
there yet. So
I have tried to do that in past. My routine right now is I do try and record a video, or at least I'll post a video every Wednesday as much as I can.
mhm.
So one video a week, one main
Yep.
video a week. I'll actually try and record that same Wednesday so that I have a
Oh,
week
that's
to
a good
edit
idea.
or just,
Yeah.
a few days to
You don't
edit.
feel rushed. Yeah.
Exactly, and there are days where I'm, like, Wednesday morning still editing and, like, uploading, or I'm like,
Yeah.
"Screw it, just
Yeah.
next week. There's no
Yeah.
video this week, this
Yeah. No.
Saturday, you guys, it's not coming together well." You
Yeah. Yeah.
know?
I know. I know
Um,
that is nice if you don't have that. Because once you do that for a while, then there's an expectation, and then you feel like you're letting people down if you don't put it out. Whereas if you don't have that in place, it's like you said, you can be like, "Yeah, I'll just do it next week," because nobody's expecting it because they just watch your videos when they come out.
I mean, I think people expect them on Wednesdays. I don't
Yeah.
know how much
Well, I
people
guess
care
if you
about my
usually do
channel.
Wednesdays, well,
You
I
know?
think a few thousand care about it.
I mean, yeah, that's still baffling to me, and amazing. But no, I assume people anticipate a video on Wednesdays, but I
Mhm.
also know from experience in past where I've been like, you guys, it's just too crazy. I can't.
Yeah,
And all
yeah.
the supporting messages
Oh,
coming up,
yeah.
like
Like,
post when
that's
you can.
fine. Yeah.
I try to remind myself of that whenever I do need to just call it.
Yeah. Oh,
Right.
yeah.
And I've tried doing like this past July, I tried to backlog a few videos and bank
Mhm.
them for August because August there's going to be no recording time
Oh, yeah.
basically. And you would think I would have a better backlog, but I don't, it's not turning out the way I was hoping. And I mean, that's fine. Last
Yeah.
summer I don't think I posted anything last summer at all. So we're in July. It's all right. I'm doing pretty good compared to
Oh,
last
yeah,
year.
there you go, that's progress. You're in the thick
Yeah.
of it this summer.
Yeah.
That's good. Alright, while you're taking a drink there, I'll shout out another awesome indie author that popped in. Speaking of dad jokes, here we go. He said,
Hey,
"Hey,
Joe.
in full 3B," and I'm assuming he's talking about Bearded Book Beast, Triple B. That was pretty clever of
Mm, there you go.
of awesome books, like because you've
Yeah.
read, Wistful Sending, right? Have you read
Yep.
more than the first book?
Oh, Joe, how many of your books have I read? I'm behind. I
I'm
think
behind.
like 4. The
Okay,
Shadow
nice.
of Hyperion was the last one I
Okay.
read.
Okay, I've
Yeah.
got the first 4 or 5. I read Wistful Sending and
Okay.
loved it, and I
Yes.
can't wait to keep going.
Yeah.
He's awesome. Ooh, there you go. You
Yeah. I
beta
did.
read. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Shadow of Hyperion. And that's kind of where I now need to catch up because I think there's 2 2 books after Shadow of Hyperion. 3.
Man,
Mathing is not mathing at this hour, that's for sure.
let's see. Shadow. Yeah, I think. Ooh, he'll tell us.
Yeah, I did
Good,
read Partial
'cause they're
Function as
when
well,
they're
Joe.
canon. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I did start the, Grim Dwarf
Oh,
as
yeah,
well.
I
Yeah,
forgot about that. Yeah,
yeah.
that's right.
I read them back when they were short stories, so now I have to, like, reread them and catch back up and refresh my memory.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah, that's true.
yeah.
Oh, man. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, he's on number 8. So
Yeah.
there's 7. So 3
Oh my
more
god,
after what we read.
slow down, Joe. Give us a chance.
Jose had a good question. He's got a great horror,
Ooh,
collection, but he wants to know if you read
ooh.
horror.
It usually, no.
Mhm.
Um, I have a hard time with just straight up horror,
Mhm.
and but I do read grim dark fantasy, depending on what it is.
Mhm.
There are some scenes where I've had to just nope out of, um, basically extreme gore,
Okay.
and the intentional like murders and stuff like that, and the gory murders. That
Yeah.
kind of horror. I'm not for that
You
usually.
probably do more like suspense, thriller type stuff. Or
Yeah, I'll do
yeah.
mysteries,
Yeah.
thrillers, suspense.
I get
But
that.
when it gets into like bodily harm to
Yeah.
that, like in that genre
Right.
specifically,
Oh,
they,
yeah. Yeah.
they like their details sometimes.
Mhm.
So yeah, not typically, but I do like some horror elements in fantasy. So Cal Black did a novella. I'm trying to remember the name of it, but basically it was like a what did they call it? An eldritch fantasy horror.
Oh,
So
okay.
you have these specters and the horror situation that goes on with this island. This woman finds herself locked on an island, everyone's dead, and
Oh,
she's trying to figure
that
out
sounds
what's going
good.
on. Yeah, so it's
Okay.
got its horror elements, but
Yeah,
it's not
for sure.
fully like, gory horror. I
Mhm.
don't know if that answers your question, Jose. I'm sorry.
I think it did. That was good. Yeah, that was good. Um, so what are because I love grimdark. I love a little horror and fantasy.
Mm.
What are some of your favorite grimdark that you've read?
So I read Joe Abercrombie before I started my channel. I think he's
Okay.
pretty well a staple for most.
Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't say he's like my all-time favorite, but I do think he has a strong footing in the genre itself.
Mhm.
And I'd say the top of my list at the moment is Anna Smith Spark.
Oh, I can't wait to read her stuff.
Ah,
I got her
so good.
all her books. I'm excited to read them.
Yeah, you have to message me
Oh,
whenever you start them.
have you
Just
read all her stuff?
not all of it. No, I read The Empire of the Dust.
Yes,
Um,
that's where I want to start.
Yeah, and, I have The Woman and the Sword, I think, to read
Or yeah,
next. Yeah,
nice. Okay.
yeah.
I read the novella with her. Let's see, where's it at? Let me see if I can find it.
I'm taking notes.
Her and
Mark's got a
Michael.
book recommendation there.
Oh yeah. What? Here we go. This one. Have you read that one?
Yes, I have that
Oh,
one, I need to read it too.
that's a fun one. I like that one a lot.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, nice. I've heard good things about it, and Michael Fletcher is known for his dark elements as well,
Oh
so,
yeah. I know.
yeah.
I want to read. What's that? The Beyond Redemption. That one's supposed to be really good.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
it's the start
Yeah,
of
I
his
think
trilogy. I think it's
yeah, I have that one too. That's on the list. Yeah,
um,
TBRs are just way too big at this point.
oh, they're literally never ending.
No.
Oh man. But yeah, Mark did have a Dark Bloom by Molly McCobb is a great book. It does have some, just because you talked about cutting out on some things, it does have a couple things because it's a zombie apocalypse, but it's very
Mm,
character focused. And it deals with some pretty heavy character stuff, like from their
okay,
past, the characters, and it's really good. It's
okay,
definitely worth checking out. But yeah,
okay.
with that, I don't know. I'd worry that some of
Uh,
it is intense, but it's not like gore type of stuff. There's nothing.
okay. Oh, see, that's the thing too, is I'm happy to try books, but if I
Mhm.
need to nope out, I nope.
Oh
I
yeah,
put it down,
yes,
right?
yeah.
I have no
And
qualms about that.
that's good, and you should. Like you
Especially,
just said, TBRs are so big.
yeah,
No point in reading something that's making you uncomfortable.
and I'm trying to get better at that in terms of like DNFing a book that it's
I'm
turning into a
terrible.
hate read. I
I
still read
know.
it sometimes
So
and
do
I
I.
keep going. Yeah.
I have a hard time DNFing, even if I'm like, it's like I'm not even looking forward to picking it up anymore. I'm like, I gotta finish it.
Yeah, it's a goalpost. You gotta finish.
Yeah,
You put
yeah.
all that time into it already.
I know. Give up on it. Well, there's some books that I was like so on, and then the ending like hooked me, and then
Yeah.
or the next book was great, and it's like if I
Yep.
would have given up, so you just never know.
You never know, and, exactly like you said, I think it was The Grace of Kings.
Mm.
I read the first 50%, did not like it, and I was like, "You know what? I'm in it."
Yeah.
And I love the second half, and now I
Mm.
love the whole book as a result of it.
Yeah.
So,
I've
you
heard that
know
about that book, so I haven't read it yet because I'm like,
yeah.
I don't want to read something I
Yeah.
won't like the first half of.
I
But
I think
I've heard that it's so good if you just hang in there. So
and I mean, you have to call it for yourself, right? If
yeah.
you're really
Oh
not
yeah.
enjoying it, please don't
Oh yeah, for
suffer.
sure. Don't. And
But
Chris, I don't think anybody DNF is more than Andrew.
no, and
He's the
Andrew's got the
DNF
goal
king.
on that. No.
Oh,
I have had conversations with Andrew where I'll bring up a book. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm reading this." And the reply is 9 times out of 10, "Oh, yeah, I DNF that."
yeah, I have gotten that too. I'll like mention a book in a video, and then he'll text me and be like, "Oh, hey, just so you know, I DNF that book because of this."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Dude, come on, man."
Yeah, I've been in calls with him too where he looks at my shelf and he's like, That one can go." I'm like, "What are you talking about? I haven't even read it yet."
Oh, he's so funny.
We love you,
I
Andrew,
mean,
if you're
I
back.
do admire that. I mean, he
Yeah.
just if it's not for him, it's not for him. He knows he's not gonna
Yeah.
waste his time, and I think that's awesome.
Good on him, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't have that level of of
I don't either.
skill.
I don't either. I definitely do not have that. All right. So in a minute, I have some
Mhm.
questions for you so we can get to know you a little bit outside of BookTube.
Sure.
But before we do that, I have this little game I like to play with my guests, and it's
Oh.
called 1 Minute Mysteries.
Oh, interesting. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I'm gonna fail already.
Well, you never know. You never know.
You
So,
never know.
so it gives us a case, and then it'll ask you what the mystery you have to solve, and then there's some clues that I can give you if you want them, and the chat can help out. But we'll basically just see how long it'll take you to solve this mystery.
Oh, it'll take way too long, but let's do it.
All right. Let me see.
Chat, help me out, please.
Let me make sure these are all ones we have not done yet. Okay, have not done that. Have not done that. That one's weird. Once in a while, there's ones where I'm like, nobody would ever get that in a million years.
Thank you
Okay.
for not throwing me under the bus with
No,
those.
we're not gonna do that. Those ones. All right. All right. So I've got 3 here. So
All
pick
right.
your poison. Do you want to do 1, 2, or 3?
You know what? Let's go 1. Let's
1.
just
All
let's
right.
start with that.
Okay. All right, chat.
Chris has
Listen
got
up.
a good question. Can I DNF the
You
mystery?
DNF. No, you're not allowed to. You have to do it.
Dang
All
it.
right, here we go. Here's the case. Listen up, everybody. Help Kay out.
Okay.
All right. A woman is a contract killer. Strangely enough, the police are not interested in arresting her. She's always invited into the very homes where her murders are scheduled to take place. Her work is conducted in front of witnesses, and no one even tries to stop her from killing. Who is this woman, and how does she kill her victims?
I immediately go something medical,
Okay.
like doctor or a vet. You say victims, but
That's a
you
good
know.
thought. Not a doctor or a vet.
Okay.
That's a good thought.
Sorry, can you say she's a contract
Yep, yep,
serial
yep.
killer?
I can read it again. It just says woman is a contract killer.
Contract killer.
Strangely enough, police are not interested in arresting her. She's always invited into the homes where her murders are scheduled to take place.
Pest control? Is it
Oh,
pest control?
it is
Yes.
professional exterminator. Woo! Nice
Very nice.
job. That is
Trying to
impressive.
think. We would just, like what's
That
something you have someone come into your house, you police aren't interested in it, and
Yep, that was good. I was
yeah,
just gonna say there's usually little keywords they throw in, and scheduled was
yeah,
one that they try to get you.
nice,
So that was a good one. Good job. You solved
nice.
that pretty quick. I didn't even have to give you
Thank you.
one clue.
No, look at that.
Look at that. That
Having
is
no confidence to begin with.
you did good. You did good.
Nice.
Yeah, you were one of the quickest ones to solve. Nice job.
Hey, I think that one was pretty, like, I feel like the setup of that one, and like you said, there's specific words in
Yeah.
there. Like,
That one,
immediately my thought went to a veterinarian who does euthanasia at home, right, of their pets. So
yeah.
I
Yeah.
was my mind was already on that animal
Mm-hmm.
level.
Yep. Yep. The one that I put away, the answer was like, it was a laurel tree, and I'm like, I don't even know what that is. Like, what is this? Like sometimes they'll be
Thank
really
you.
specific, like the man is in this village, in this city, in this country, and I'm like, who would know that? So I always look at the back at the answer just to make sure it's not something way out there. But
I appreciate it because I don't know what a laurel tree is too, and I feel like I should with how many books I read and they're in them.
oh, I know, right? That is true. That is
Yeah.
actually true.
Yeah.
All right, so are you ready for some hard hitting questions? Not really, but
Yeah. Let's do it.
all right. So first question, just to get the ball rolling, is what
Yeah.
is your favorite color?
Favorite color?
Yeah.
I
Sometimes
don't
this
just
one's hard.
Yeah, I don't really have just one favorite color.
Okay.
I'll say green, mainly
Oh,
because of where I live. There's a
okay.
lot of greenery. When it comes wintertime, I miss the green. It's I've visited places like deserts and I
Mhm.
immediately hate it because there's no there's no greenery. There's no
Oh
trees.
man. Okay.
So yeah,
Nice.
I'll say green. I think plant life,
Oh yeah,
is good
that's
for
good.
my mental being.
Nice, nice. Are you south, east, north,
Uh,
west?
so
Where in the country are you?
I'm like southeast
Okay.
of Canada in Ontario. So
Okay.
we're not too far from Toronto, 6 hours
Okay.
from Toronto. So
Oh
if
yeah.
people
Okay.
know where that is,
Yeah.
lots of forest everywhere you
I
go. There's
wondered where you
forests.
were up there. I didn't know where at. So,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you're not too far away. Although, so all right. Well, I'll ask you that later.
Sure.
I'm gonna keep going with this. I was just gonna ask you about when you get books. Do you get all your books if you have them shipped to you in Canada? Because shipping is crazy between U.S. and Canada.
Yeah. I mean, so it depends on where I'm ordering
Okay.
it from, right?
Hmm.
I can order from Blackwell's in the UK
Yeah.
with free shipping.
Oh heck yeah! I
Amazon.
love Blackwell's.
We've
Hmm.
got Indigo, the equivalent of Barnes& and
Oh yeah, I
Noble,
was gonna say
right?
what is the one in Indigo? That's right.
Yeah. So we
Yeah.
do have a few used
Hmm.
bookstores too, not a lot, but we do
Yeah.
have some, you have Value Village and thrift stores.
Oh yeah.
But when it comes to buying indie books from indie authors who live in the
Oh,
US,
that's when it gets tough.
you're looking at like $30-40 US, which works out
Wow.
usually around $50-60 Canadian just for shipping.
It's
Um,
insane.
So
I
I
don't.
really need to be careful who I order from when I'm looking at
I
signed copies and stuff.
know you can't just do
Yeah.
it for everybody. You gotta be
Yeah.
careful. Yes.
Yeah,
Um,
like I had the Broken Binding subscription
mhm.
and I canceled it.
Oh man,
Uh,
you did. I
I
thought of
did.
it because of shipping, but
Yeah.
you have to wait so long to get in there. So I
I was
haven't.
one of the first ones in.
Oh, you were? Okay.
I was. So I have like the very first one that they did, and I got to a point where I was like, "You know what? It's not bringing me the same joy."
Mhm.
And it's so much money even for the shipping. It was $40.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, "You know what? I
It's
gotta say goodbye."
yeah.
It was
Yeah.
eating all my budget for books, so
That's wild. I mean, the shipping is bad for here, but it's like double for you. That sucks. Yeah,
yeah, I mean,
I would have done the same. And I
it's
thought about it. Like they're
yeah,
beautiful additions, but it's like I don't know. I look around, I'm like, do I really need need those?
that's
Like,
it.
you know,
That's it. Do I
I
need
know.
them?
I know. It's
No.
you gotta be choosy. You gotta pick and choose. Or you
Yeah.
won't have any money for any books.
No, exactly. It was eating my budget that I
Yeah.
had for, like, going
Mhm.
to Indigo or used books,
Yeah.
right? So,
Yeah.
at that point, it was 1 book or 5,
Yeah.
right? It worked
Yeah,
out to that.
exactly. Well, and
So,
sometimes with I wouldn't say I get special edition burnout because they're always awesome, but the covers are usually different than the regular, and sometimes I really like the regular cover,
yeah,
standard one,
I
and I'm
get
like,
it.
I don't wanna have both, but, like, I actually like the standard cover better, like,
Yeah.
I could have spent half this amount, you know? But
Yeah.
what do you do? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's we
Or
gotta
you're
figure
getting a ton of
it out.
special editions for books you haven't read yet,
No, what if you hate
right?
it?
What if you hate it and you spent all that money on
Oh,
it? So, yeah,
no. Yeah, maybe you can sell on Pango, but you're only gonna get, like, half of what you spent
we
if
don't
you love.
have Pango.
Yo, you can't do Pango in Canada?
You've
What?
got Facebook Marketplace.
That's true, but nobody
So,
wants to pay a lot for those.
no,
They just
no.
wanna come pick it up on your doorstep, and they
Yeah.
want everything to be $5.
Yeah, basically. So,
Oh,
it's not really yeah, the ADH,
oh, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, he
Canada.
knows. Yeah,
Good, yeah. Shipping prices are murder
yeah,
for
yeah.
Canadians. Nice to see another fellow
Yep,
Canadian
another
too.
Canadian. Uh,
Yeah,
oh, man. A little side rant about
yeah.
Facebook Market. because I just moved, so I had a lot of things I was selling and getting rid of. It's just amazing how much people will still try to haggle you when it's literally like $5 or something, or
Yeah.
like free. Even I'll just say
Yep.
like it's $5, but if you come and get it, you can have it for free. And then
Yeah.
they'll be like, oh, can you tell me the measurements? Can you take pictures from all
Yep.
angles? I'm like, bro, it's free. I don't have
Go
time to
pick
do
it
all.
up. It's at the end of the road.
If you don't want it,
Go.
leave. Like, I don't. It's
Yeah,
just wild.
I've
Crazy.
had people message me and say, "Can you take like $60 off for gas? I'm 2 hours away." Like,
Like,
no.
no, just
You can
don't get
find
it.
it in your area. It's IKEA. Like,
I know, that's crazy. That's so
uh,
funny.
yeah.
Oh man. Um Senna popped in here. What's up, Senna? Library
Hey,
on
Sana.
Lakes. She's awesome. Thanks for being in here. She says she's the audio queen. She said she can't see the
Absolutely.
covers. That's true. You can't see them on there anyway. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, there is something beautiful to that, Senna, that you just can just read, because you read what the story's about and you're like, that sounds good. Where I'm like
Yeah.
seeing the covers, I'm like, oh, I gotta have that one. I gotta have that one.
Yeah.
They're like art to me. Like, I just love to have them. But
They're audiobook trophies.
yeah, yes, exactly, exactly. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Next questions. You might have to
Mm.
think back, go back in the time machine for this one. But do you remember what was your first job you had? Your first job where you actually got paid to do something?
Oh, that's a hard pick because I grew up old school.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I grew up being hired by where my dad
Oh
works,
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
right?
all
Kind of
right. That's all right.
situation, right?
That
You work
counts.
there for the
Yeah.
summer and,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
um, that was labor, and
Okay.
it was
Wow.
restoration
Oh
for
wow.
fire, water damage, that kind of
Dang.
stuff.
Okay.
My dad worked in the he worked in like the carpet
Mm-hmm.
installing industry. He worked in like all of the rough and tumble trades
Yeah.
industries. So
Okay.
I would say that's probably the first ever job, like paid job I ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Going into homes that had flooded, ripping out drywall, hauling it out of their basement and stuff. And I did that until like late teens.
Wow. That's
And there
pretty
was a
awesome.
period where I swapped into retail for a time. And the food service industry in the good old Canadian Tim Hortons, like most
Ooh, Tim
most
Hortons.
Canadian teenagers work at. And I hate coffee, so that was a terrible combination.
That's not a good combination. No.
No, but I mean, it was like one of the few places that would hire teenagers, right? They don't care. You walk in with a resume, they're like, "You start today,"
Oh yeah.
and you make bagels and serve coffee. And it is what it is.
Oh
But
yeah.
those I'd say are probably like the two first jobs that I ever had, and yeah.
That's pretty good. You
Yeah.
learned like about the hard work right away.
I was raised old school
Yeah,
in ways.
good.
My dad being from Labrador, right? So you
Mm.
chopped your own wood. There's no grocery stores up there. The hospital is a medevac away,
Oh wow.
right?
Yeah.
So my mom's side of the family also like very old school in her parents' ways, horticulturalists. They grew like an acre-sized garden on their property and
Oh man.
took care of it because they could. Hard work on both sides of the family. So
Yeah.
we were, all myself and my cousins, we were raised with you work hard and you do the hard stuff, and that's just life. Have fun.
Yeah, right. It's just the way it is. Very
Yeah.
cool. Okay. I like it. All right. Another old back in the day question is, do you
Mhm.
remember what your first car was?
This is grain of salt. Grain of salt. My dad was so excited for me. I'm an
Mhm.
only child. Keep in
Uh-huh.
mind, I'm an only
Okay.
child. I ended up with an adopted sister later into our teen years.
Okay.
But yeah, only child up to this point, I think maybe. He thought it was best to get me a used car that was a Mustang as
Oh,
my first car. and automatic. It wasn't like, anything souped
Yeah,
up
yeah.
or crazy.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
worst car you could buy someone as their first vehicle, everything is a blind spot. You couldn't see
Oh,
anything
God.
in the
Yeah.
car, you know? But he, being the dad he was like, "I got you a really cool
Oh,
car.
yeah, yeah,
I'm dad of the year," right? He was so proud, and I
yeah.
was so excited, and my
Mhm.
mom was just sitting there going, "This is a huge mistake."
She knew. She's like, "Oh."
Yeah, that was very kind of my father and then he had all the connections right. He's like, "I got it from a buddy. I got a good deal."
Oh,
So
man.
that was really sweet of him,
That
but,
was.
yeah, yeah, that was
Okay.
my
Do you
first car. Very generous of my
remember
father.
what year it was?
God, no, I have no
No.
idea.
Was it like this was in, like, early 2000s or something, probably?
I would have been 16, so 2000, 2006,
Okay.
2007, something like that. But it didn't last too long because in our area we had all these young kids
Oh,
getting
yeah.
pulled over by the cops for street racing and stuff, right?
Mm.
And my dad went, "Well, your mother needs a
A
new car,
bullseye
so we're
on you.
trading it in for for a car for your mother." So
Oh, man. Yeah.
that's how life
What,
goes.
what color was it? You remember?
Silver.
Silver. Okay.
Yeah, and it was the kind, I don't know I'm not a big car person.
Mhm.
So I'm sorry for the car people out there.
I'm not either. I always like to try to
Yeah.
look it up just to see if, like, let's
Oh,
see.
okay.
This is a 2000. Did it kind of look like that? Wait.
Uh,
There.
yeah, yeah, it looked like that. And it had just the 2 doors, so if you had them in the back seat, you had to, like,
Oh,
pull
yeah.
the seats down and forward, and everybody's
Oh,
squishy
gosh.
in, and
Oh,
yeah, that was my car. That was my dad's idea of, his daughter's sweet 16 birthday present, and it came with a tag on it that said, "Never ask me for anything else." So
until he traded it in, then you could ask him for other things.
I mean, no, he'd stick to that. He's like, "I still bought it for you."
True. Dang it. I had I was just thinking when you were talking about the one door. I remember when I had my first kid, I had a truck that was only a two-door, and that was so annoying to, like, open the door, move
Mm,
the seat forward, put the car
no,
seat in the back. Oh gosh, I
get
got
rid
rid
of
of
the
that thing
truck.
so quick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was
Priorities
no fun.
change, right?
Oh, yeah, they do, they
Yeah.
do. Well, I mean, I ended up getting a four-door truck. So I guess it was easier to get in.
Problem solver. That's what you were.
Mhm,
You were a problem
mhm.
solver. Upgrade.
That's right, that's right. All right, next question is,
Yeah.
we know that, you're awesome at the booktube thing, and we know that you're good at the knitting and crocheting, which I'll have a question about that in a minute, but
Yeah.
what is another talent or hobby that you have that we might not know about?
Well, one I think people know about is I play violin.
Ooh, nice.
I'm not, like, amazing, so don't don't read
Well,
into
if you
that too
can
much.
play it, that already seems amazing to most of
But
us.
yeah, I've been taking lessons for, I think, 12 years now. It's all classical music, so I'm still in
Wow.
the, like, knee deep, probably neck deep at this point of scales and
Okay.
fundamentals and,
Mhm.
the
Figure
Bach
it out.
double and
Yeah.
very basic standard classical stuff.
Mhm.
But I do it mainly as a way to, keep dexterity in my hands. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
love music. I grew up with music,
Mhm.
playing instruments, and I always wanted to play the violin. And my mom was like, "Ah, it's too expensive." And turns out it's not that expensive in comparison to all the other instruments that I had played as a kid.
Oh, geez.
So, you
That's funny.
yeah, so it's nice. It's kind of just my own thing. I don't perform, I
Cool.
don't do anything. I just play for myself. But
Mhm.
apart from that, I love baking. I think people know that too.
Oh, yes, yes, that's right. You are a master
Yeah,
baker.
yeah, and, I mean, I don't know, I go skating in the winter. I used to
Oh,
cross
okay.
country ski when I was a kid. My grandfather
What?
was big on that.
Okay.
I took a sword fighting class at one point, like,
That's awesome.
as a kid, I took martial arts. I mean,
What? Okay, hold
I
on. So you
yeah.
so you were you're in martial arts, you
Yeah.
playing with swords, you're doing manual labor, tearing houses down, and
Yeah.
So basically, what we're finding out is that you are actually a chaos goblin in
I
disguise.
potentially. I'm like zero threat though. Because I'm 5'2", so and I'm tiny.
You're probably scrappy though.
Yeah, I'd probably be
See?
scrappy. That's the French in me probably more than anything. But no, like I thought it would be. It was actually the sword fighting course, for
That's
example,
so
was offered
cool.
through the college.
Oh, really?
And it was
Okay.
really cool because the instructors were, so you had two instructors. One was medieval
Mhm.
oriented, one was
I was just gonna ask.
Japanese
Okay.
sword fighting oriented. So you had
Oh,
two, you had both, and you could pick. I
cool.
still have my boken, whatever they
Oh,
call
you
it, the
got like
wooden
the
sword.
training sword? Oh, that's so cool.
I still have it, but it was awesome because they didn't just teach you sword fighting forms, and it wasn't sparring like you would see in Renaissance fairs.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
actual, like, you block this way, you move it a certain way, you
Oh,
take your
wow.
time and
Okay.
you go through the steps. But they also taught you the history behind them,
That's cool.
and the forms, and like what to notice in terms of like just a performance versus an
Mhm.
actual fight. So it was really cool. I felt like I learned a lot, and it probably lended into the whole fantasy reading stuff
Yeah.
as well. So
I'd
yeah,
say basically you could have been in Game of Thrones, is what you're saying.
I would not survive more than a page, but sure.
Neither would I. Neither would
No.
I. Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I always love
I
answering that question because there's always just such fun stuff we find out about each other through that. So
Yeah,
very cool.
absolutely. Yeah,
Um,
there's this saying, what is it? Dabbler of everything, a master of none, whatever that proper wording is for it.
yeah, yeah,
I like trying different things, and
yeah.
I'm a master of none of them, but I like doing new things and trying stuff anyway. So yeah.
That's good. I think that maybe that's the secret of life. Being
Just
a
try
yeah,
stuff,
yeah, just
How
try
do you
stuff.
know what you like if you don't try
Exactly.
them, you
Yeah,
know?
that's true.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
true. All right. So what is the difference between um, knitting and crocheting? Is
Oh god.
crocheting a type of knitting, or are they two totally different things?
Two totally different
I don't
things.
know anything.
I actually have
Crocheting, is that the thing with the crochet
it's got
wheel?
the little, I don't know if you can see there, but it's
Oh yeah,
got like the
the
little
little
hook
hook.
on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So crochet is working with one needle,
Okay.
and you take the yarn, and basically you're wrapping it in around itself in different shapes. So
Okay.
you take yarn like one way and you wrap it around itself, pull it through, keep going. Whereas knitting uses two needles, and there's different styles of knitting, continental versus like
Oh,
English, and there's
okay.
just different ways of holding the yarn. But
Yeah.
basically, you're looping the thread in on its own, right, over itself.
Okay. Okay.
Crochet produces a thicker
Yeah.
product at the end
Okay.
because you're weaving in
Right.
and around itself so
That
much.
makes sense. Okay.
Whereas knitting is thinner in terms of
Oh,
the finished product.
okay.
And like crochet, you can see has a ton of
Uh-huh.
holes in it.
Yeah.
Knitting won't have that look unless it's intentional,
Okay.
right? Whereas crochet, you can't really get rid of, like, go away from that kind of
Okay.
kind of look unless you're
It's
doing something very, very specific to mimic knitting. Even then, you can tell the difference.
wow.
Yeah. So I
Blew my mind.
both of them involve yarn.
Yeah, but still, that's so cool.
Yeah.
There's so much detail to it. And
Yeah.
thank you, Senna. It has been a fun chat. Thanks for that super chat. We appreciate it.
Right.
That is pretty cool. I didn't really. So is there certain things, if you were gonna make something, would you
Mm.
choose knitting over crocheting or crocheting over knitting depending on what you were making? Or is it more just you can make the same thing with both, it's just what you feel like doing?
I think it depends. For me, it depends on what I'm better skilled at in
Okay.
terms of the product that I wanna make. So, like, they call them amigurumis, but they're basically stuffed animals.
Oh, okay.
You can knit them, you can crochet them. I've not knitted one yet. I want
Okay.
to learn how to do one. But I'm more comfortable in crocheting them. I've done like a Totoro, I've done Jake from Adventure Time.
Oh, that's
You know,
awesome.
I've done Janeway from Voyager just
What?
for fun. Yeah.
You
Um,
have these things nearby?
no, but I can see if I can grab them.
Oh
Um,
man, that's so cool. I love
but
adventures. and Star Trek,
Yeah.
so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I think if I was making something like that and I
Mhm.
wanted just to relax, I would probably crochet. When it comes to blankets and stuff, probably crochet or knitting, just depends on how much I wanna suffer if I make a mistake, because 'cause I'm not as good at fixing
Yeah.
mistakes in knitting, you know?
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I think it just depends on the level of torture I wanna put myself through.
That's fair. That's a fair answer.
Yeah.
Man, you should go to, like, some Comic Cons and, like, make that stuff and sell it. Like,
It's
fantasy characters and stuff, people would love that, but I'm sure it takes so
yeah,
long to
it
make those.
does, and
It's
it's
like
one
you
of
could have
those.
an army of them ready to go. It would take forever. That's true.
Well, and it's one of those things too where you make it and you
Yeah.
have to put your value on it, right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
9 times out of 10 people are like, "Oh, it's too expensive for what it is," which I
Oh, yeah.
get,
Even though
but
you put all the time into it, you wanna
yeah,
get yeah, that's
yeah,
so true. Something like
yeah.
that. 'Cause
It's one of
people
those.
will think, "Oh, like $5," and you're like, "This took me forever."
This is like $40 worth of
Yeah,
yarn, no.
exactly, yeah. I need to at
Like
least break even here.
yeah, yeah, and I think I don't know if people can see it, like, is it this way or this way? I'm gonna go
It's
this
so
way.
hard to tell, isn't it, which way your
There's
things are?
there's like a shawl here
Oh,
that I
yeah, I see
crocheted
it.
that too, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
You're
as
pretty
this
good at
moves.
that. I've seen a lot of your things. You're pretty good.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks. I started, doing it very young for
Okay.
crochet.
Wow,
So,
how young were you when you started?
I don't remember the exact age, but basically my grandmother I was babysat by my grandmother a lot. So she, does what she did what grandmothers do. "Here's a needle, here's some yarn, sit down, be quiet, my show's on." Right?
Yeah.
And she showed me how to do it, but,
Mhm.
she taught me how to knit and crochet, mainly crochet because that's
Wow.
what her comfort
Oh, yeah.
was. So
That's
from the
cool.
time maybe like 6,
Wow, so
7.
basically, you don't remember a time before you were
Yeah.
crocheting and knitting pretty
The
much.
same goes for baking. She had us in the kitchen baking, like, old fashioned, right? Where are the kids? They're doing what the adults are doing, probably.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, and Senna's right here. I think people really don't
Yeah.
understand or appreciate the work that goes into that.
Yeah,
Like,
and the
it
people who do already do it themselves, so they're
yeah,
just looking at it going, "I'm gonna find the pattern."
I'm gonna make that myself. Yeah, that's so true. Oh, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is so cool. I think that's awesome
Yeah.
that you do that. I think it's
Thank you.
very cool. You're welcome. What
Yeah.
was the last thing you baked? Because I know you're a good
Uh,
baker too. What's the last thing you made?
Probably banana bread.
Banana bread's so
It's a
good.
staple in this house, honestly.
Is that what would you say, like, if I asked your husband, what would he say is, like, your baking specialty? Like, his favorite thing that you bake? Would he say banana
Oh,
bread, or is it something else?
no, I'll have to ask him, and we'll have to compare answers after. Um,
You should, that's
he
fun.
It might be banana bread, or
Mhm.
it might be, just regular sourdough bread.
Ooh,
Or
that's
actually, no, specifically Japanese milk bread.
Japanese milk bread. I've never heard of
Yeah.
that.
It's
What is that?
Hokkaido milk bread.
Okay.
And the base of it is just different, so it's softer, it's chewier, it has more flavor to it. But yeah, probably one of those 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Alright. What about your kiddo? Does he like your baking stuff?
He does, yeah. I mean, as much as a kid can,
Yeah.
outside of, like, mac and cheese, right? I
Right.
think that's
Yeah.
the holy grail
Staple,
of
yeah.
childhood, you know?
Oh, yeah.
But
Uh,
even then, I'll try and make it fancy, and he's like, "Mom, can you just make the box stuff?" You know? So but yeah, he eats the banana bread muffins and
oh,
stuff,
nice.
and yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
good.
bread, and he likes the bread.
That's good.
Can't
You
go
can't
wrong with bread.
no, you cannot. You can't.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. Alright, so next question is, have you ever been or are you now a gamer? Do you play games at all?
Mhm. I do,
Uh,
yeah,
really?
before having kids more so.
Right, that's how it goes.
I part of the issue is that I'm not great with games. So
Mhm.
keep that in mind for for the discussion, but I've played Witcher, like Witcher 3.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't get overly far, mainly because I'm a side quest queen. I love
Oh,
the
yeah.
side quests,
Oh,
and when
me
it
too.
comes time, I do the main plot when I'm forced to, okay?
Those open world games, it's easy to get lost in the side
Ah,
quests, I know.
Zelda You know, the open world Zelda,
Oh,
love
yeah.
that.
Well,
You
once you
know,
get pulled into one, that the dude that's sitting on the side of the road and he needs some help, it's like you can't not
yeah.
help him. You gotta see it through.
And if you don't help him now, you're never gonna find him again because you're gonna forget he's
He's
there.
only gonna be right there. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Even with a map, I'll get lost, you know. So not great at playing them, but
Mhm,
I've played those.
mhm.
I'm trying to think of games that I've played more of before having my son, but Halo, I loved Halo.
Oh,
Halo was
Halo.
our game night, you know, with
Mhm.
friends.
Oh, yeah.
Halo
That was a
Reach.
special time. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Every week, you know, you'd sit down with your buddies, get the unhealthy snacks and pizza
Oh,
and
yes.
drinks and
Yes.
stay way too late.
Oh, yeah.
Um, yeah, so I played a lot of those kind of games. More so what I play today is ones that if I'm absolutely brain dead is probably Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley because it requires 0
Oh,
brain
yeah.
power.
Those are so fun, though.
They're so cozy.
They are.
And you can just, you know, if you're fishing for 20 minutes, hey, why not?
Oh,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah. Oh, yeah. My,
needed the reprieve.
oh oh, yeah, my son, now he's older, so now he's 15 now, so he plays,
Mm,
my PlayStation more, so he does, the sports
yeah,
games and the Fortnite and all that with his friends,
yeah.
but back when he was little, he would play, Animal Crossing all the time, and he used to
Yeah.
always say, what would he say? Something about the snapper. He'd be like, "I'm so dapper, I caught a snapper," or something. He would say that all
Yes.
the time, and I was like, "Oh, that's so cute," but now
Yeah.
he doesn't play those games anymore, that's how it
Oh.
goes.
Yeah, well, maybe one day he'll come back to them when
Maybe,
he's as
maybe,
brain
maybe.
dead as
Yeah,
tired as we
yeah, when he
are.
gets older and he wants to just have a little cozy fun, there you go.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I've played Stardew Valley, that is a nice cozy fun game.
It is. It's funny, it's, like, my husband, it stresses him out because he
Oh,
feels like
really?
it's work, right? So we have
I
opposite
can see that a
experiences with
little
that.
bit, that's funny,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But I'm like, "I
Oh,
have to water the garden, don't you understand? It's relaxing." You know?
oh, yeah, you're not getting it.
Yeah, we're supposed to give everyone gifts twice a week, come on.
You gotta keep everybody happy.
Go,
Oh, man.
talk to everybody.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's funny. So what is your guys's do you have multiple different consoles then? Like, do
We
you
do,
have Nintendo and
yeah.
Xbox? Okay.
Um, we have an older Xbox, I think we have our, like, Xbox 360, it's still
Oh,
living,
nice.
you know, fingers crossed.
Oh, yeah, that's good,
Um,
it's still working.
yeah, and like I said, my husband's techie, so wherever he
Yeah.
finds a used, cheap version of
Oh,
something,
heck
a
yeah.
console, he'll
Yeah,
snatch it. We've got
yep,
lots of kids in the family, so, you know, we'll
yep.
gift them out and
Oh, yeah.
he'll, you know, but, yeah, we've got, old PS4.
Nice.
And sometimes these things might because of my dad's work, right? A flood happens.
Yeah,
PS4
oh,
wasn't
yeah,
anywhere near the water, but it's
right.
written off, and he's
Yeah,
like, "Well,
you want
you
it?
want it?"
Yeah,
So we end up collecting consoles and keeping some from our own younger
yeah.
years, right?
I
That's
I
how it
love that.
goes.
It's
So
fun to have the old stuff like that.
yeah, and I mean, like, when you're introducing your own kids into video games,
Mhm.
for us, we're moderation. Our rule is
Yeah.
moderation is key.
Oh, yeah.
So we
Yep.
don't withhold him from
Right.
screen time, but
Yep.
we say, "Okay, you've got 30 minutes or
Yeah,
40 minutes,
yeah.
and then, we
I think
need to
that's
take a
the
break."
best way to be. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, we've got the Switch and yeah, so we like
Yeah,
our games.
that's good. That's awesome. I like
Just
that.
not as much time.
I know. That's life.
Mhm.
So many games, so many books, so many
Yeah.
shows, so many things.
Yeah. I think in terms of, like, best quality, though, PC on Steam is probably the best kind of
Oh,
depending on your computer graphics
yeah.
card and
Oh,
stuff,
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, you can get the best quality games
Oh,
off
and
that.
it can
Yeah.
look really good. If you have the right stuff, it can look really good
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. And
Um,
you
that's oh, sorry, what were you saying?
No, I was agreeing with you. Yeah,
Oh,
you need a good setup. If you're,
yeah,
if you need a console to play your video games, absolutely, right?
yeah, yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Um, all right. So John Stevenson's in here. What's up, John?
Hello, John. I was just reading
How's
their
it been?
comment
I know.
above.
Oh, this one?
No, above that actually.
Oh, this one?
It must be a hyperbole.
Oh, yeah, the hidden bookshelf. We can see them.
I know, but there's a secret. There's a origin behind that,
Ooh,
actually.
I was gonna ask you that in a minute. That was my
Oh, okay.
upcoming question was, so that's good that it came up, so I
There
didn't
you
forget. How
yeah.
did you come up with the name for your channel? That's what I was gonna ask.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, so I struggle with names. And this was kind of the best I could come up with. But basically, I didn't have these bookshelves when I started. I had one tiny bookshelf in a closet, which is to my
Mhm.
left. And it was always hidden. It was always, the doors were always shut. And I was like, you know what? It's a hidden shelf. So why don't we just call it Kay's Hidden Shelf? And that's where it started. If you go back to my old videos, I'm sitting
That's
on the
awesome.
floor in a closet with the
That's
worst
cool.
audio you can probably listen to on YouTube. So yeah,
Oh, there's something magical to those early videos for everybody.
I will never go back and rewatch them, but you are happy to do it. You can.
You don't wanna do a video where you roast yourself in your first videos?
No, I if I did, I would just sit there just with a a frustrated face with myself. I'd be frustrated with my old self, yeah.
What were you thinking?
I mean, I don't recommend watching those videos personally because I don't recommend torture, but, you know.
Right, right. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Uh, all right, what are some of your favorite TV shows and movies?
Oh, see, I don't watch a whole lot of those anymore. So I am
Mhm.
behind,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
quite
Well, it
a
happens
bit.
when you have kids 'cause you a lot of kids stuff you have
And
to
well,
do
and
it.
something has to be sacrificed, right?
Yeah,
When you have
yeah.
so many hobbies. So
I
in
know.
to get
Yeah.
my reading time, I sacrifice
Yeah,
movies and TV shows. So I'm way behind
same.
on
Me too.
yeah. But if we're going to stay like staple
Mhm.
favorites,
Yeah.
you know those shows you put on before bed, just a
Oh, yeah.
comfort watch?
Yeah.
Futurama, every
Oh,
time.
that's a good one.
Futurama.
Yeah.
You know,
Nice.
I've seen those so many times, and I'm even behind on the new ones they started releasing. So
Mhm.
it just goes to tell you how life is. But yeah, Futurama. I used to watch a lot of anime in my teens.
Okay.
Full Metal Alchemist,
Oh, nice.
those
Mhm.
kind of ones. Love
Nice.
that. Um, TV shows. I'm trying to think. What else is there?
I know it's hard
There's
when you
so
haven't seen it
many.
for a while, yeah.
And I'm trying to think of, like, ones that have stuck with me for a long time. I like musicals. I
Oh, yeah.
mean, The
Good
Greatest
one.
Showman,
Oh,
phenomenal.
love The Greatest Showman. Oh,
Yes.
man.
Thank
Those
you.
songs were in my head for so long after. Oh,
Yep,
I would
rent-free.
oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And they still are. If I hear one, all of a sudden I'm like, "Alright, I gotta go on
Yep,
YouTube and listen to the whole soundtrack now."
that's it. It's on
So
replay.
good. So good. Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies too. So good.
Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, those kind of ones. I mean, it's so hard to keep up with like, didn't watch Wheel of Time. I know everyone was watching it, but
I didn't either.
no. We tried to watch, Foundation.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Um, we got 3 episodes in before we were quite upset with it.
oh,
So,
no.
yeah.
Shoot.
The first episode was really good,
Mhm.
but episodes 2 and 3 were all bedroom scenes.
Oh, really?
For, like, yeah, that's how they introduced characters and developed
Mhm.
characters, I guess, and it was just so
That's
many bedroom scenes, and
good.
we're like, "Alright, what happened?"
Yeah,
It's just
what's going on here?
different show. So, yeah,
Oh, that's a bummer.
yeah, and if we're going, like, stupid shows, King of the Hill, I know they're coming
Oh,
out
yeah.
with a continuation of it, but yeah, I
Yeah,
grew up with
that's
King of the
wild.
Hill.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Good one. Those are all
yeah.
good choices.
I mean, my dad was a huge Adam Sandler fan, so we watched everything Adam
Oh, yeah,
Sandler, you know?
yeah, yeah. Happy Gilmore 2 is out right now.
I
Is it out or is it coming out? I don't
I
know.
think they announced that it's coming out.
Yeah,
I think yeah, but I'm so hesitant to watch
I know.
those.
I know.
Even
I
the
don't
Hocus
listen to
Pocus sequel that they made,
Oh, yeah. Mm,
no, I can't. I
I know
can't.
it's just not the same.
It's not the same. Doesn't have
It's
the
not.
nostalgia. I'll stick with the one. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's fair, that's fair.
Yeah.
Um, alright, you mentioned that you read some comics back in the day. So, comics or
Yeah.
manga-wise, have you read comics or manga, and what are some of your favorites with those?
Yeah, I read, I think, more manga over the years. Comic book wise, it was really hard to get comics here. At least, maybe there were places, and my parents were like, "What are you gonna do with those?" Maybe
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know. Maybe it was a parenting filter. But the ones that I did have were X-Men related.
Oh, nice.
They were the ones that you kind of like got in the cereal boxes or
Oh,
like
yeah,
you
yeah,
found
yeah.
at the dollar store. They weren't great
Right.
ones, and they
Yeah,
were
yeah,
probably
yeah.
not in order, but I read what I
Right.
could get my hands on.
Oh, yeah.
Manga, I think, I read a lot of the older mangas, and I say older, they're not OG
Right.
by any means, but, from the 2000s, there was a lot of the mainstream ones, which were the Full Metal Alchemist, and there was Inuyasha, Ranma 1/2, there was Fruits Basket, all these,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
that was the era, that was the ones
Oh,
we
yeah.
had.
Yep, yep.
And we had to wait months, years to get the next volume.
Yep.
And in some case, like Fruit Basket, they never finished it
Ah, I know.
originally. So, and then they had, like, 10 years later, they're like, "Oh, maybe we should finish it." By that
Oh,
point, I was done with it, so
I know, I was say I never went back and read any more of those either, but
yeah, and, like, I feel like I missed out on, what was it? The samurai one. I'm gonna pronounce it wrong. Rurouni Kenshin?
oh, wait. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't know how to
Yeah,
pronounce it
the
either.
Redhead Samurai.
Yep, yep, yep,
Yeah, yeah,
yep.
yeah. I started reading it, but I didn't continue very far. So, yeah, I kinda just read what I could get my hands on, right? And it wasn't a
Yeah.
whole lot because even getting like the difference from back then to today,
Mhm.
like let's say I think it was maybe 12, 13 years ago, saw John Gwynn's Malice on the
Oh, yeah.
shelves of Indigo. And back then it was a risk if you picked it up because and I didn't as a result because he was a UK author and there was very little chance that we could get book 2,
Right.
right? Because of
Yeah,
importation and timelines and stuff.
yeah, that's
So
true.
back then you took
Right.
risks on what you picked up. You might
Yeah.
never finish it because it was
Mhm.
just didn't come to Canada
Right.
as
You can
easily, right?
That's wild. I can't even, like, imagine that. That must have been
Yeah.
frustrating as a reader.
Yeah, because now I'm like, well, Malice is on my shelf now and he's got the whole thing out. So now I have to
I know,
now
I
I'm
know.
gonna read
I know, I
it.
need to read him too. I've got all his books, and I haven't read one yet.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, let me
I gotta
know.
do it.
Let me know
Yes.
because I've read the Bloodsworn Saga and I love
Oh,
that one.
yes, I heard
Yeah.
such good things. I gotta go. I gotta read it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's bring it back to books now. I haven't really asked you
Yeah.
too much about books, but so,
That's all right.
just tell us maybe, like, it doesn't have to be a certain number, but maybe
Mm.
some of your favorite books or series and authors through the years.
Yeah, well, let's start with the one that we just said before I forget, John Gwynn.
Yeah.
Um, Anna Smith Sparks, we got JCM Byrne, and, oh my god, see, this is where I'm a terrible booktuber, I gotta look at my shelves.
Yeah, I
RJ
do the same thing.
Barker. Yeah,
Ooh,
RJ Barker for the Bone Ships trilogy.
okay, good. I was wondering which one you read. So you like the
Yeah,
bone chips? Okay.
yeah,
It
yeah,
sounds
that one
really
was
cool.
it's so cool, it's such a good story. And it's written in a really neat way where you see it through the POV of the main character, but the series actually follows 2 main characters,
Oh,
but you
okay.
never get the seconds, right? You
Really?
don't you don't really get seconds, so it POV, so it's really interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah, very dark world.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely recommend that one. Hills of Heather and Bone, Katie Andrews. I've read a
Mhm.
bunch of her books
Okay.
and even some of her poetry, really well done.
Wow, okay.
Heliotrope, Palmer Pickering.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Gotta love that one. It's cozy in ways because it's slice of life, but it's very slow. You when you see fantasy stories and they're like, oh, they went on a journey and skip all of that. You actually see bits of the journey and the hardships that they face along the way, and some of the simple like meals around the fires and stuff. So
Yeah.
really well done.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm probably missing a lot.
That's okay, that's good, that's pretty good.
Those are
Oh,
the
man,
those are the ones that first jump to mind.
that's good, that is
Yeah.
very good. What would you say are like, what's a book that you love that you found out only about from finding BookTube and being on BookTube that you didn't know anything about before, I mean, obviously, probably some of the indie ones you mentioned, I'm
Oh,
sure.
there's so many. There's so many. What's one? I'm going to say Swordonian by
Oh, I
L.L.
don't think I've heard
Stevens.
of that. Okay.
So yeah, it's very different. But if
Mhm.
you love your character studies and
Oh, yeah.
political fantasies,
Okay.
um, where a god is linked to a specific bloodline, and there's
Oh,
a conflict of royal kingdoms.
okay.
Yeah, very, very interesting, but I never would have found it if it wasn't
Yeah.
for the community and booktube. So
Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'll
Very
go with
cool.
that one. Yeah. Had to
Alright.
check the shelves, obviously.
I know, I know. Well, I do that too. It's like your mind just goes blank, and it's like, "Oh, yeah, I can just look
Yeah.
around. Oh, yeah."
Yeah, there's
Yep.
just so many because I
Okay.
also, when I originally started getting into the channel, I fell into a lot of the hype trains,
Mhm.
and a
Me
lot of
too.
those did not land for me.
Right.
So, I'm not counting those.
Yeah, yep, 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 yep. I know. I did too.
Yeah. It's hard.
Um, I know it is. It is because I mean, you have so many content creators that you love, and they make you get so pumped up for it, and you just can't resist
Yeah,
trying it
and it's
out.
never just one, it's like everyone all at once.
Yes, everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know. I know.
yeah,
Yeah, I still fall for that sometimes,
yeah.
but
I've
that's how it is.
It's yeah, it's never you're never gonna beat it 100%, right? So,
Oh yeah,
you just gotta do what you can.
that's right. That's right. All right. So my last question is: I always
Mhm.
wonder with fellow booktubers, are you or have you ever considered writing a book yourself?
That's a good question. I've considered it,
Hmm.
and, I don't think I have anywhere near the skill or practice to actually write a book. Um, so I'm gonna say at the moment, I don't think I'd end up writing things, or writing a book, but, definitely the interest has been there just to see if I could, and I have
Yeah.
dabbled in trying in the background and reading
Okay.
it back and going, "No." I need to stick to reading. But yeah, I mean, who knows what the future will hold if that ever changes, but for right now, there's no way I'm skilled enough to actually put anything cohesive and decent together, so I'll leave that to the actual authors out in the world.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Um,
You
yeah.
you could be an awesome audio book narrator, though.
I've been told that there are quite a
Mhm.
few hurdles in the way, and I've actually
Oh
explored
yeah.
that avenue.
Good. Okay.
But if I did, it would not be for a long,
Yeah.
long time
It'd be hard
because
to do that with a little one, for
well,
sure.
yeah, and then, husband working from
Yeah.
home and, meetings and stuff,
Oh yeah.
so
Yeah.
it would be difficult
Yeah.
and trying to set up a proper space where it's,
Yeah.
you don't hear all of
Yeah.
that.
Lots of things. Yeah.
Yeah, so not for the moment, but I did explore it and, tried to see if it'd be worthwhile, but
Okay.
I have done beta reading in the background. That's been a
That's
fun
cool.
process too.
Yeah. Very
Yeah,
awesome. All right. Awesome stuff. Well, can you believe it's already been an hour and a half that we've been chatting?
crazy.
This has flown by. It's been so much fun. Uh,
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. I guess uh, my wife's working every once in a while she does a 24-hour shift at the hospital, so I probably
Oh,
should make sure my kids are alive. I mean,
yeah.
I assume they
Good
are, but
honor. Good honor,
oh
and,
yeah,
I'm sure the kids are fine.
oh yeah, they're fine. I didn't hear any loud thuds or anything, no screams,
Yeah.
so I'm
Well, it's the
sure they're fine.
silence you gotta watch for,
That's
right?
true. It has been very quiet for a
Mm.
while. But thanks so much for coming on, Kay. This was a blast, and I'd love to do it again
Yeah.
anytime. I had a lot of fun, so thank you again.
Likewise, thank you so much for having me. It was an absolute pleasure and just, fun to just answer questions for once, be on the other side of the on the
I
other
know,
side of the
right?
screen.
There you go. Yeah, very cool. All right, everybody in the chat, thank you guys. You guys were fantastic. You guys were awesome. Thanks for being in here. Everybody watching on replay, we appreciate you as well. And if somehow you are following my channel and you're not subscribed to Kay, Her channel will be linked down below. Go subscribe and check out her content. You will love it.
Thank
if
you.
you haven't already fallen in love with her from this, you definitely will when you go check out her channel. So check it out after this. But yeah, everybody have a great night. I'll be back next week. My mind just went blank. I have some people coming on next week, but I'm not 100% sure. I know Sam Wise will be on next week.
Nice.
So yeah, look for more info about that. But everyone have a great weekend. We will see you in the next one. And until we do, as I always say, devour your TBRs, be brave, be beautiful to one another, and be beastly. We'll see you, everybody. Take it easy.
See you.